Hi everyone, welcome to another episode of Makes with Snakes. In this episode we're going to be talking about these guys, the Woma Pythons. They are a fantastic beginner snake. They have such a placid temperament. Like your other reptiles, you can get the odd striky one, but look, they're mainly known for their beautiful temperament and they're so easygoing. Woma Pythons are located in the desert regions of Central Australia. They're known as terrestrial species, which means they're found along the ground. They're also digging or burrowing snakes. They use their head as shovels to dig up burrows where they stay. Interesting fact though, they don't actually create their own burrow. They use used ones or abandoned ones that mammals make in the wild. So Woma Pythons can get to a length of 1.5 metres, though you can find them at 2 metres at length as well. Their main characteristic is their head. Now their head's a lot more narrower than other pythons and they have no heat pits beside their lips. This can sometimes get them confused with venomous snakes. You find that their colouring is also quite awesome too. So their head can average in like an orange or a light brown colour, and their scales can be like a light brown colour with a lot darker banding along their body. In the wild, Woma Pythons eat other reptiles and small mammals. They wiggle their tail from their burrows and that attracts their prey close enough so they can strike. In captivity, we feed them rodents or birds, so i.e. quails and chickens. You generally feed them every 5 to 7 days. When you do feed them in captivity, it is a good idea to remove them from their enclosure first and feed them in a separate tub. The reason for this is they don't associate with you opening the door as a food source. Womas are known to be very enthusiastic. We're now going to talk about their enclosure. We keep our Woma Pythons in just a melamine enclosure, 4 foot long and 2 foot wide. It's really suitable for an adult Woma. They generally need heat, so this can be either through a heat light or a heat mat. The ambient temperature of the enclosure should be 30 degrees Celsius with a basking spot of 35 degrees Celsius. Now, mainly in these enclosures, like other reptiles, you should have a hide and a water bowl. What we line the bottom of our enclosures with is recycled newspaper cat litter. We like the brand Breeder's Choice. Other keepers use other substrates like hemp, or some use wood shavings. A few other keepers actually just literally use lined paper for the bottom of the enclosures. Pretty much whatever works for you is fine. We use the thermostat to control these heat settings for the enclosures. So thanks guys for joining this episode of Makes with Snakes. Let's give a special thanks to my favourite boy here, Monty. Hasn't he been so good for us? We do actually have a female Woma called Medusa, but she's actually in her enclosure, which we don't want to disturb at the moment, just because we're hoping to breed these two guys, and she's actually, we hope, in her pre-lay shed, but that's for another episode. So please subscribe to our channel, like us on Facebook, and we'll see you in another episode of Makes with Snakes.
Okie dokie.
Sorry for Steve to finish doing his thing. You need to leave.
No way.
Don't have to go look down. But the fact you've got a feeling on your shoulder, which is even more funny.